Happy Tuesday, Comic Book Nation. Chris Killian here, filling in for your boy BD. It's that time again. Today and every day, we have your top 5 stories of the last 24 hours, so let's bring you your Comic Book Now. First up, Suicide Squad. While the extended version added an additional 11 minutes of deleted footage to the film, there was still a lot left out. But if you head over to Comicbook.com, you can watch a video that outlines additional Joker footage that was left out of the extended cut. Some of the footage involves scenes of Joker going on Negan and beating someone to death with a baseball bat, or a shot of him calling someone a dirty pervert, which to me is more than enough reason to go check out the unused footage. Next, we have some WWE news. Now, I know some of you get a little huffy in the comments about WWE not being comic book news, but if it makes you feel any better, once upon a time, Goldberg was once in a comic book. Yeah. Speaking of Goldberg, he's been the talk of the wrestling world when he demolished Brock Lesnar last Sunday night at Survivor Series in under 2 minutes. Well, continuing on with that story, last night on Monday Night Raw, Goldberg announced that his match with Lesnar is not a one-and-done appearance. Following that decisive victory, he has set his sights on the gold and will be entering the Royal Rumble match in January, proclaiming that now everybody is next. Can't wait to see if he dominates the Royal Rumble in the same fashion as he did with Brock Lesnar. Time will tell. Continuing on with that news, let's talk about a little CM Punk, who once co-wrote a few issues of Drax. The former WWE star turned UFC quasi-competitor has stayed pretty hush-hush for the most part following that quick defeat at the hands of Mickey Gall at UFC 203. Speculation coming from Dana White himself suggested that if Punk were to fight again, it would most likely not be in the UFC. But very recently, in an interview with the MMA Hour, CM Punk countered that by saying, and I quote, "There's no timetable on it, but I'm pretty confident my next fight will be in the UFC." Well, as far as Punk, who he might fight, well, that's still unknown. But no matter who it is, if Punk can make it to the second round, it'll be a success, right? I'll fight you, Punk. We are a little over 2 weeks away from the release of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Happy dance! And the marketing campaign is well underway. To go along with this, Entertainment Weekly has released 10 new images from the film that give you a better look at some of the stuff we saw in the trailer, including a couple new stills of Darth Vader. If you'd like to check out all 10 pictures in their high-res glory, head over to Comicbook.com. Lastly, some fun casting news coming out for Marvel's Black Panther film. It was just announced that Angela Bassett, who I loved in Vampire in Brooklyn, has been cast as Ramonda, the mother of Black Panther. In the comics, she's actually Panther's surrogate mother, but it seems as though she might actually be the biological mother in this film. She joins an already stellar cast that features Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, and Forest Whitaker. Black Panther is directed by Ryan Coogler and will be released on February 16th, 2018. Now, before we get to some questions, right on the heels of our own Brandon Davis's birthday yesterday, today we've got 2 Avengers sharing a birthday. Scarlett Johansson turns 32 today, and Mark Ruffalo turns 49. They both look pretty awesome for their age, so a big happy birthday from Comicbook.com to Black Widow and the Hulk. Now for some questions. Ken wants to know, Green Lantern in Justice League movie. Well, we know there are plans in development for a Green Lantern Corps movie from Warner Brothers in 2020, and there's a pretty solid chance that we will see a Green Lantern in one of the Justice League films. Which Justice League film or which Green Lantern, we don't know yet, except it won't be Ryan Reynolds. We do know that. Ahmed asks, what about Jackie Chan? Well, he just collected an honorary Oscar, so I bet he's probably doing pretty well. Roberto is wondering, what movies are coming to Netflix? Well, this was actually big news yesterday. Obviously, the big one is Christmas Day. We've got Captain America Civil War coming to the streaming service. The one that I'm personally most excited about, Lucky Number 11. If you haven't seen it yet, it has Josh Hartnett, Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, and it's just freaking awesome. Add it to your queue and go to Comicbook.com to see the whole list of titles coming out on Netflix next month. From Jess, Goldberg versus 4 question marks at Royal Rumble. Well, it's looking like Goldberg is going to be taking on 29 other entrants in the Royal Rumble itself, which we just talked about. My money is on Brock Lesnar returning, costing Goldberg the match, setting up for a 3rd chapter trilogy match at WrestleMania next year. That's what I got. Last question. Adam Frost wants to know, Michael Rooker in Matrix 4? I sure hope so, Frost Giant. That's all the time we have for questions today, but if you guys tune in at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, my boy BD will be back giving you guys all the latest news.